Okay, guys, this is the last video you are going to be watching today to help you finish the worksheet you have to turn in to the sub-teacher. So, this last part in your worksheet is about graphing linear functions. So, I am showing you a function f of x equals 2x plus 5. Hopefully, you can see it. Yes, it's possible to see it. And there are basically three steps to do this thing and eventually being able to graph it. So let's begin. We have already learned how to evaluate functions when I enter an input and then I can obtain the output. It means I enter an x value arbitrarily, I decide what value it is or I assign it, and when I enter it using the mathematical relationship, I will obtain the corresponding output. So this is the first thing we are going to do, and by doing this, we are going to create a table of inputs and outputs. This is the first thing, and in this case, we are going to use 5 different inputs to obtain 5 different outputs. Right after that, we will have a table with 5 different points. That means you will get 5 different points that then can be located in the coordinate plane, and when you finish doing that, you can connect those points and you will obtain a line because we are talking about linear functions. So let's begin. We are going to assign these corresponding values. We are going to say that the inputs we have for this specific case, and in general this is what we do when we create tables, we use -2, -1, 0, and 2. These are the inputs I am assigning, and now let's see what kind of outputs I obtain for each of these inputs. So let's begin with when x equals -2. This is the first value I want to obtain. I want to obtain f of -2. That means that I enter this value -2 in the function, in the mathematical relationship, like this. So we have 2 multiplied by x. In this case, x is -2. And then after this multiplication happens, I add 5. So this is going to be like this. 2 times -2 is 4, plus 5 equals 9. This 9 is the output of the function f of x when the input is -2. So I'm going to write it down. Oh, I'm so sorry. We need to make a correction, but that's going to be part of the video. I made a mistake here. This is 2 times -2 is -4. And then when you add 5, you get 1. Okay? So let's make this correction. We're done here. So when the input is -2, the output is 1. And I'm going to write it down here, 1. And now I'm going to continue. I'm going to obtain the rest of the outputs for the corresponding inputs. So what happens when x is -1? So I want to obtain f of -1. That is 2 multiplied by -1, because now x takes that value, and you add 5. This is 2 times -1 is -2, plus 5, this is 3. So the value of the output when x is -1 is 3. And I write it here in the table. Let's continue with the other 3 values. I'm going to erase this. And we have, when x equals 0, what is the output? For f of x equals 0, what is f of 0? This is 2 multiplied by 0 plus 5. This is 2 times 0 is 0 plus 5. That is 5. In other words, when the input is 0, the output f of 0, or you can also say this is y, the output is 5. And I want you to notice something. We have an input that is changing by adding 1 every time. Let's see what happens with the output. The change is always +2 and +2. So I guess that the next value here will be 5 plus 2 is 7, and maybe the next one will be 9. Let's see if we are right. Let's evaluate the function when x is 1. When x is 1, f of 1 is 2 multiplied by 1 plus 5. Let's see what we get. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 5 is 7. So the function f of x when the input is 1 is 7. We were right. And if you want to do the other one, I know that you are now saying, hey, this is 9, so I don't have to do it. I'm just going to do it to confirm that we were right. We're going to find, so when x equals 2, what is the output? F of 2 or y? You can write either one, it's okay. This is going to be 2 multiplied by 2, and then you add 5. This is 4 plus 5 equals, yes, you were right, equals 9. F of 2 is the value of y, the same thing, right? F of 2 is 9. We have 5 5 pairs of numbers in our table, and those pair of numbers correspond to points in the coordinate plane. How so? This is the first one we are going to locate. Can you see that we have x and y? It's a point on the coordinate plane. This point is located at -2, 1. It means 2 to the left, 1 up. Remember, that's how we locate points on the coordinate plane. Let's continue. -1, 3. -1, 1 to the left and 3 up, as you can see. And now we have 0, 5. 0, we're here, and 5 on top. The next one is 1, 7. But as you can see, 1 and 5, 6, and 7 now probably I'm here. And I run out of space if I wanted to find the other one, the last one, 2, 9. I cannot do it here in my coordinate plane, but that's enough. As long as you have 2 points, that will be enough for you to draw the line. So you're going to use the rulers we have available here on my desk, and you just have to connect those points. Let's use a red color for this to connect this green dots I have here. Well, you just draw this line, making sure that they are properly connected the best way possible. We draw the arrows to note that we know that this graph extends and keep going up and down, indefinitely. And this is the graph we were trying to find, and that's it. We're done. So I hope you do well with those exercises. Make sure you turn them in on time. Okay, bye.